All right, so last night Jamar had his first varsity baseball game in about 2 years, and my first time seeing him in baseball action in 2 years. It's been a long journey, been some ups, been some downs. I'm saying it's been a lot of emotional situations, nothing physical, just all emotion. And I was happy to see him out there in this element because this kid been playing baseball since he was 3 years old. And for him to possibly have that taken away because of a move that he decided to make for himself was a bit frustrating for me and a bit frustrating for him because you know what your child can and can't do. But on to the next. He made varsity at his new school. He got in the game and he scored. Scored. He stole a base. Base. And he brought home the first run. No, he was the first run in. But factors played into I didn't see all of the game because it was so cold. With it being so cold, and you know, man, my feet get cold. I'm out. So I was sitting in the car, and after the game was over, he got in the car. I'm looking at him like, "What's going on? Like, you ain't hyped? You want to talk about the game?" And he didn't say nothing. So we got to the house. Courtney came downstairs and was like, "Hey, you see Jamar's face?" I'm like, "Yeah, something's off." And he telling us he good, but I know my son. I know my children. So it comes out. He started kind of like, eyes start watering up, start tearing, and he started crying. And I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "I cost us the game." I'm like, "How did you cost y'all the game?" "I had an error. The ball popped out of my glove and they scored 2 runs." And I was like, "No, you ain't costing the game. You just made a mistake." But also, I said, "Jamar, channel that feeling that you have and let that motivate you. The feeling that you have is something you don't ever want to feel again, right? So channel that same feeling you have and make that turn you into the best player you can be. Because without that feeling, some people don't know how good or how bad they are. But with you having that feeling of hurt, you having that feeling of letting people down, and you don't want to feel it anymore, that feeling alone could turn you into the greatest player or the greatest person to ever walk this earth." And sometimes, man, you have to take the time in your child moment of vulnerability to preach life into them. It's not about always being right. It's not about always being wrong. But it's about helping your child in time of need. And for my child to show me that he cared about something so much that he would cry in front of me, that lets me know that I'm doing something right. To communicate with me in such a way that I know as a father, my son really care about what I think. My son really have enough respect for me to not try to hide his true feelings. Because he tried to hide it at first, and that's being a boy. But it eventually came out. And as a father, I can respect that. As a son, him being my son, I'm proud of that moment because that, to me, that shows growth. And because a lot of times as men, we were taught men shouldn't cry, suck it up. But no, man, it's okay to cry. Because they let me know you're trying to figure something out. And for me to help my son figure that moment out was one of the proudest moments of being a father. So yeah, man, so that's my story, and I'll be posting this pretty soon. And it's gonna get better. I promise you that.